It's time to get creative with Cassie. Welcome to my paper studio. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a craft and chat. So I am working on this monster of a journal, and I just thought, while I'm making some ephemera stuff to fill in the pages, I would just bring you guys along for the ride. So this is the journal I am working on. And it is a Victoria design kit. It's her Gothic Butterfly. And I've made a journal with a 3-inch spine. Got some 3D wings there. So my signature consists of 3 file folders and 4 signatures. So I have a lot of space to fill up. So let's just hop right into her. So I've picked out these pieces that I want to use to decorate this with, but I want to back this piece on some black paper. I'm using like the black cardstock paper to go around a lot of my elements and stuff, and then you could write on it with gel pen or white pen or whatever. Some of it I'm doing the black and then, oops, and then putting coffee dye on the back of that. And then I am stitching around some of it. So there's that. I hope everybody is well. I hope the weather, wherever you are, is wonderful. I know the weather here has been crazy lately. We've had all kinds of rain and standing water and stuff because of all the rain we've had, and we're supposed to get more. It's crazy. Alrighty. So I got that on there. And then I've got this little pocket watch that I cut out and this butterfly that I cut out. But I think I want some fabric or something behind it. So let's see here. I don't have a whole lot interesting going on, so not much to talk about. So if I get quiet, I'm sorry. That could go there, and we could put that over that. Put this like so. I think that's kind of cute, but do we need some script stamp in the background a little bit maybe? I think we do. Let's find something scripty. Do 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 do. These are just like my favorite stamps that I use all the time, and they work great. So I just keep them in this little book that I got off Temu, and then I can just flip through and find what I want. Okay, so I need a block. And my blocks aren't in there, so I'm not going to use a block. But my stays on is in there, and we need that. Which direction does the stamp go, or does it not matter? I don't think it matters. Perfect. Alrighty, so let's glue this down. And I've done already moved that out of the way. Shame on me. Look at me. So this is my cute little thing I made. It says be creative. So anywho, I just thought it was cute and I wanted to make it that way, you know, because you don't come on here and you don't see my face or anything, so it's like, how do you really know who you're watching? So I figured if I can put this in like the top area of my videos, then whoever comes along will know exactly who they're watching. You know, because sometimes our YouTube has a mind of its own and just plays whatever it wants to play when it goes to the next video, you know? So, yeah. Speaking of YouTube, guys, I've reached over 500 subscribers and I got an email from YouTube saying, congratulations on reaching 500 subscribers. I didn't know they did that. That's kind of cool. So I'm just going to glue down the body of my butterfly because I want the wings to be able to flap. Get that out of the way. So I think that's cute. Let's bring this in here. Can I set this over here and y'all still see it? Sure. Okay. Okie doke. So this is going to go into one of our pockets. So I've glued this on at the top, the side, and the bottom. So we have a tuck spot on the side here. And I made this card to go in there, but it don't fit. So I have it stuck back here. So we're going to have to decorate this pocket too. So we'll just stick this. Do we want it? Ooh, that goes in quite a ways up there. Oops. Don't hurt the butterfly. I think I'm going to stick this one in the middle. And then, where'd I have this little tag. And that I'm going to just back with coffee dyed paper. Yep. But we got to round the corners. So there's that. And then I am just using Wilted Violet Distress ink. And at first I wasn't even going to distress. Use any ink, but then I'm like, no, we gotta use some ink. So, and that's the only purple I have, so that's what we're using. So let's see here. My husband just announced he's going to go check mail. So, now we all know. Just going to trim it out. Who likes fussy cutting? I have a friend that really likes to fussy cut. My apologies about the furnace. But we can't shut it off because, you know, we need that AC. It is a warm one out today. I don't even know what the temperature is outside, but it's a bit warm. Hubby was able to get the yard mowed today, so that's good before the next round of rain comes. I talked to a friend from school the other day, and he said that they're in a drought back home where I'm from originally. He said they're in a drought and need the rain desperately, and here we're like under flood watches and stuff because we've had so much rain. I told him he could come take all the rain. Okay, I think I'm gonna put an eyelet in here, and I've been using some black eyelets, and I got an extra one right here. Sorry for the reach. Okay. This was on the floor beside me, so I'm just gonna use it. While I'm doing this, I'm thinking of what I want to tie through here. Do I want just some string, or do I want some jute, or do I want a little bit of sari silk, or I have this. That's part of the fabric I've been using. We can tie this on there. I'm saving all my strings, all my stringy bits, because we can use those for decoration, for like layering and stuff. So, I'm gonna go ahead and fold it in half and do it that way. I was just gonna tie a knot, but I decided I don't want a knot, even though there's still gonna be a knot, kind of, sort of, somewhat-ish. Okay. So I've got that. So now, I don't think, well, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of stitching. Give me just a second. I'm not stitching around the whole thing. I'm just doing a little bit on either side, just to give it some interest. And then trimming the long threads. So see, I just did a little bit of stitch there and a little bit of stitch there. And now this can go in that pocket and this can go there. Okay. Now, I have no idea what I'm doing now. So that's all I was working on, was that. So the rest of this is going to be crafting by the seat of your pants. Woohoo! I did pull out this out of my stash. It's just a book page folded for a trifold, and then I have an envelope that I pulled out and a book page. Sorry, I just totally whacked y'all. And a book page tag, and then I have, of course, the words that came with the kit, and a couple offcuts from doing my covers and stuff, and then I've got like the cards and things like that. So this is a pretty tall piece. I wonder if it would stick out the top of my book if I put it in, and it will. So that's not going to work. Okay. Okay. I know I want to take one of these, or maybe I need to print this page again, because I want to make a couple of these into altered paper clips with pockets. So you need like 2 of the same thing, and so then you take it, you like cut it in half and glue part of it, glue the second circle that you cut in half to the bottom here to create a pocket, and then you would put a paper clip on the back and put some paper on the back, and then decorate this up and make a cute little altered paper clip, but I'd have to print that page again in order to make that. And I don't have it printed. So there's this tag, but that's still kind of tall and sticks out. Let's just find a journaling card here. Here's this one. Okay, so I'll show you what I've been doing. Set our book out of the way. I'm going to take this and I'm going to ink it. And this is kind of how I'm approaching all of the ephemera I'm making for this book. And this is why I don't record making the journals and stuff when I get to the decorating part a lot, because I don't have a plan. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just go with the flow. So, and it usually takes me forever and an eon to decorate a journal, but, and then sometimes I'll like get it half decorated and then decide, I'm done, I'm over it. Because guys, decorating the journal is not my favorite part. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite part of junk journaling is. So my favorite part is the actual construction of the journal itself. So like the whole measuring, well, not really measuring. I don't like to measure. I eyeball and use my pencil and make marks and go from there. But putting the journal together, like figuring out what you're going to use for the spine and the front and the back, and then how you're going to attach everything together, and then what kind of spine are you going to do? Are you going to do a hidden spine, or are you just going to sew right through the spine that you have exposed on the outside, you know, like. So this is a journaling card, but I've put that black around there. So now I'm just going to put it on a piece of coffee dyed paper, glue it down, trim it out, do some stitching, bada boom, bada bing. So because I know I'm going to stitch around it, I am not worrying all that much about a large amount of glue or anything. Just enough to hold it in place. So, but yeah, that's my favorite part of the junk journaling making. It, you know, because it's so rewarding once you get those signatures sewed into your cover. It's like you went from a cereal box or a piece of chipboard or a piece of Amazon packaging or something, and now you have this wonderful book, you know. It just, I don't know, I think it's the most rewarding part of it. But that's just me. So comment down below and let me know what your favorite part is. Okay, so I'm going to stitch this real quick and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So all I did was did a zigzag stitch around the outside of it, and if you want you can come in here on the back and ink around that just to give it the matchy feeling. You don't have to, it's not needed, it's not necessary. I am going to bring this stamp back in here and my Stays On. I love Stays On. I love the smell of Stays On. Smells so good. And I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping here and there. So you can still write on that, use it as a journaling card, but it gives it interest. I like that. So, bring our book back in. Okay, so this would fit in here. If we put a tab on it, maybe, but it also fits here. And I think I like it up there. Now, that's getting kind of stuck. My butterfly wing is. Should we stick that up there and this down here? I think we should do it that way just because the butterfly is going to get beat up in that pocket otherwise. Okay, so we've got that pocket done. So let's flip back here and we have this pocket to decorate. And then find something to go in that pocket. Because we've already got this journaling card in here and I need to ink this. No rhyme or reason. I do also have up here a couple of the butterflies from the kit that I just put some glossy accents on to use throughout the journal. So there's that as well. Okay, let's see here what I want to do. Let's take this piece and I want to rip it. Oh, how perfect. I couldn't have ripped that better if I measured. I mean, seriously. So I'm just inking around the edge just to give it that little bit of a darker look. And we're going to glue it on. You can use whatever kind of glue you want. Glue stick would be fine for this because it's just paper to paper. But I'm using my trusty old art. And if you can tell, my art glitter glue looks a little different than the last video it was in. And that's because my label on my bottle decided it was time to peel off, and it left a really sticky residue behind that I couldn't get off the bottle. So I'm like, I'll just wrap some of this fabric around it that I got laying here on my desk. So that's what I did. I don't know if it was, you know, the right thing to do, or if it'll hold up or whatever. I don't know, but it's what I did. Okay, so we have this word adventure that I'm going to put on here. Let's see if there's anything else in here we can use. Of course, there's tons of butterflies, more flutterbys. There's that we could maybe use. I think I'm going to get my circle punch, just my 1-inch circle punch, and let's see, can I get that butterfly? Ta-da! Da-da-da-da! So I think this would be cute, kind of like so. I did this in the front of the journal as well. I don't know if you can see that, but I did it on that pocket there as well. So let's ink our pieces and see what it looks like. Ooh. Lots of ink. So I've done quite a few purple journals. So I've got like this whole big Ziploc baggie full of purple stuff. I think it's like a 2-gallon size Ziploc baggie. But it's pretty scrumptious what's in it though. So let's use some of that. And then we're going to put our castle on there, the word adventure, and then put this guy here. I think that's cute. Should we move it over like this more? Let's just kind of lay those there. I like that. Okay, let's glue it down. So I'm just using a little bit of glue where I know it's going to not show, because I don't want my glue to pop through and show. And here I'm holding the stuff like way close to me, so you guys probably can't even see what I'm doing. Shame on me. That's not very nice. Okay, we'll put adventure right here. And then yeah, I want some fibers behind my circle. So this is why I said save your fibers, because they just look so cute back there behind it. So I just put a little bit of glue on it, crumpled them. There's that, and then we'll just glue, 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 glue. Okay, hold it down. Put the pen in your glue. Take a drink. Cheers, y'all. I'm drinking some zero sugar sweet tea. This one is the Milo's brand. And I don't care for it as much. I mean, it's all right, but I had some of the zero sugar peak sweet tea. Now that stuff is good. And then my husband just got me a gallon of the diet sweet tea by Great Value. So I'm going to try that one. See if that one's any good. But so far, the best one I've had is the zero sugar sweet tea by Peak. And it was amazing. So if you like sweet tea, but you don't want the sugar, try that. You can't even tell that there's no sugar in it. I mean, seriously. Okay, so we need something for this pocket. I really like this guy, but I think this guy's gonna have to like go on a page of his own. I think so. We don't want another card per se, do we? Because we have a card. Let's do this guy, I guess. Okie doke. Setting the book back out of the way. Grabbing us another piece of black cardstock. And I am just going to glue this on here, like so. So I called a couple places. I had put applications in. I don't know how many of you have, you know, followed like my story or whatever while crafting and all that. But I gotta get a job. Sad face. I don't really want to get a job, but you know, my son's 18, he's graduated high school, and it's time for me to get a job, and we also want to buy a different place to live. So my husband's mom is fixing up a double wide with a 2-car garage, which is awesome. But it's going to cost us a lot of money to move into it because she's had to literally like completely gut the place and build it back up. So it's going to cost a pretty penny. So our plan is to sell the trailer we live in now, give her the money that we get for this as down payment, and then make monthly payments to her. So we'll yeah, we'll see what happens. Right now the guy's here working on it. So all right, let's see here. So I think I just want to make a tab out of this and put it on like so. Do I want to stitch it on there, or should I just use the tiny attacher? I think I'm going to stitch it. So give me one moment. I mean, I could have stopped the video and stitched that, but that only took me a second. So see, like the back of this one's going to be black, so you could take your white gel pen and write on it, or you could write on it in silver or gold, or, you know, whatever. So I think that's cute. And that's all I'm going to do to it too. So we've got that in that pocket. We've got that there. Got a little bit of cluster going on there. Okay. Aren't these vintage papers just so yummy? And look, this is in purple. How perfect, right? Little parchment, coffee dyed parchment. Just yumminess. So I've got 3 of these in here, and I put some gussets on them so they could open up, but I had to stitch them in before I completely sewed or completely glued it up. Otherwise, how are you going to stitch it in there? So I left them open to stitch them in here, and I could glue them shut now, but I don't know. I mean, I might want to put like a tip in or a flap, or like take an envelope or something like this and attach it in here like so, and then it could be like a little flippy out thing. So I might do something like that. I'm not 100% sure. This butterfly on the front is totally gonna get ruined. I think I'm going to have to glue him down, unfortunately, because he is. He's like already wanting to rip his wing off and stuff, just working on the book. So either I need to just glue a little bit more down, or I need to glue the whole thing down. I think I'm just going to try gluing a little bit more of it down. Get it lined up right. Because I really don't want it completely glued down. But I also don't want it to rip off either. This is just a little bit of black soot where it started to rip there. I'm just going to ink it a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, even though this side isn't ripping yet. So something to be mindful of, because, and I think the reason it's doing it is because I didn't glossy accent the body of the butterfly. I just wanted to do the wings of the butterfly. And I think that it's just kind of heavy right there and wearing on it. So hopefully gluing a little bit more of the wing helps, because I mean the wing's still three-dimensional. You can still tell, but hopefully it doesn't get caught up on a bunch of stuff and rip off. Because I would be very, very, very sad if it did. So I also want to like put a jump ring here on my bow and like hang some chains down here. Maybe put a couple butterfly charms on it. I think that would be fun. So, but yeah, I don't know what I'm doing now. I think I'm not sure. Do you ever get like this? You just get to this point and you're like, eh. But you know, it looks so cool decorated and stuff. But I don't know. Decorating's not my thing. That's why I wish I could go live already, because if I could go live and have you guys sitting there with me, you know, and then it's like, oh, hey, do this, do that, or you should do this, or you should do that. That's why I like to sit here and watch YouTube while I craft, because as I'm watching YouTube, people are making things and doing ideas and stuff, and it's like, oh, hey, that's a cool idea. I can do that. And then I'll make that, and then, you know. But I do think I'm going to take these and make, like, a tip-in on each one. So that would be 3 tip-ins. But I want to do it with the same envelope, and I want to put a window in the envelope. So let me pause and find a couple of envelopes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to set my book aside. I found 3 matching envelopes, and I brought over some acetate. So the first thing I want to do is, obviously they're all going to clip in like this and flip out. So I need to make sure I have them all going the right direction. And then I need a ruler and me pencil. Where's me pencil? I found a pencil. Okay, so this ruler is about 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm just going to use it as my guide. That way everything is the same. And I'm just going to go around the 4 sides and mark it. So this is kind of turning into a bit of a tutorial on how to make your own window envelopes. But it's more of a just a craft with me. Okay, so that is going to be our window. But I don't want to cut through this side. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm holding my hand back there, but I know where my finger is, and I'm just gonna do this number. I'm going to cut to the corner. Cut to this corner. Now remember to keep your hands in here so that you're not cutting through that second layer. And it really does make things a lot easier if you cut to the corners first. I mean, obviously you can cut it out however you want, but it does really help. Okay, so again, make sure you're only cutting the top layer and follow your pencil line. I mean, you could take the envelope apart if you want to and do it that way, and then you could just use your craft knife and slice it, but then you run the risk of ripping your envelope, and if you only have the 3 that match or something and you ruin one of your envelopes, then you know it's not a good situation. But I do have more of these envelopes, so remember to be careful and not cut your back. Okie doke. So I've got that trimmed out. I'm going to go back and erase these lines. Come here. I cut my fingernails down real short a couple of days ago, and I cannot grab anything on my desk. Okay. So, this is what we've got. Now, I want to put a backing paper in here. And I have this that has been cut on or printed on cardstock, and I think I want that. So I'm just going to lay it on the front here. Going to use my pencil to mark it where I want to cut it, and I'm cutting it a little smaller than the envelope. And now, just going to use my trimmer and trim. That way, it'll fit inside. Where's my mark? There's my mark. It's so hard to find your marks sometimes. Okay. So this should now just fit right inside here. She says confidently. Okay, yeah, so that fits inside there. Perfect. Okay, so now we need a piece of acetate. My acetate comes with this papery stuff in between them. And I'm going to do the same exact thing, only smaller. And for this one, I need a pin. So we'll go there, and we'll go there. Okay. Gonna use my trimmer for this as well, just make sure it's nice and straight. On this, you shouldn't have any problem finding your mark. Okay. Now this piece should fit like so. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my acetate and I'm just going to run a bead of glue along the top and the bottom and each side, keeping it close to the sides, because what we're then going to do is flip this upside down-ish, and we're going to attempt to stick this inside. Without getting glue all over our acetate. There. Now I am going to make sure that any glue that I did get down here gets wiped off. And then I'm going to go back and add some glue down in here. And then along here. Okay, now we're gonna have this on our pocket like this direction, and it's going to flip open so we can put a writing space on the back. And I want to do that in black. And then we might put some coffee dye over it. I don't know. I'm cutting it a little bit smaller again, just so that I've got some of that brown showing through. Keep all your scraps, because we can use those to back like tags and stuff. Okay, so I want this to cover the white paper. Words, Cassie, words. I need to take just a smidge off. Because it wasn't wanting to line up. And again, we have to remember which direction it's going. It's going to be flip, flip. So it is going to be this way. Okay. Glue up the back. gonna leave that little bit of a gap all around. There we go. And if you want, take your bone folder or your glue spreader. Do that. And as you can see, this is still open. That way we can put something in there. So, I want to distress this a little bit, and you can get ink off of acetate. So I'm just going to go around like so, and then I'll take a, oh my goodness, Craft-A-Lanch, Craft-A-Lanch. My thingy with all my little thingies and it just went flying. Anyway, I guess that's what we get when we get excited. Oh, come on, get in there. And one fell on the floor and I'm using one, so. Okay. Learn, baby wipes need to go in a different spot. I have an alarm going off. It's 3 o'clock already. Jeepers, it's 3 o'clock already. I'm gonna take this and just clean up my acetate. So see, it just took the ink off of there. Alrighty. So, I am going to come back in with this stamp and my black ink, and I'm just going to randomly stamp. It sounds like someone's trying to mow, but their mower is like rear. Okay. There, we've got that. And let's see, we can't stitch around this, but what I can do is I can come in here with my brown pen, and this is a Recollections Chocolate Signature Special. Fine Writer, it says, and it's an extra fine. I found this at like a bargain store where they get like damaged goods and things that were on trucks that got in accidents or something, and then, you know, they can't sell them in the regular stores. One of those kinds of stores. And I bought this pen there because I didn't have a brown pen. I absolutely love this pen. I find myself reaching for it quite often. But I'm just going to go all the way around and do a faux stitch all the way around my frame. And I apologize if you can hear my son in the background, but he is in his room playing video games with his friend online. His friend's not here. They're online playing together. So, teenagers. Teenage boys, should I say. He's 17, going to be 18. The end of July. Sorry, I got quiet. Alright, almost done. Wow, that was a big one. Okay, So that gives it kind of the stitched look without being stitched. You could also use stamps if you have stamps to do that. And so I'm going to bring my ephemera back in. I'm going to find one of the journaling cards. Let's see here. This one might fit. Ooh, this one's got a butterfly. Of course, there's going to be 3 of them, Cassie. So, this, does it fit? Does it fit? Oh my goodness, it fits. It's like meant to be. Oh, look how perfect that fits in there like that. Okay, so I'm going to have to back that with some paper. And then we're going to have to finish decorating this. I'm going to ink around the outside. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Okay, so we've got that, and then, let's see here. We've got a couple little pieces in here that are like washi pieces. I wonder if I could use one of those maybe. But we've also got some little labels. So I might use something like that or something like that. I've also got a little circle, the postage stamps. Oh, here's that. We've got a little label like that. And then we've got this strip of stuff. So let's see if we can come up with anything with this. I've also got these 2 butterflies here. So what I was thinking though was we could maybe just put a strip of this across here. Maybe, I don't know. And then put like, no, because I don't like it with that. Oh, that's cute. Kind of put this like that. I like that there. And then we could put that there maybe. Or maybe we want to put this, oh yes, I like that up there. And we'll put a couple of brads in that. Okay. Do we want any lace or anything underneath that? So let's put these other pieces back because I'm not going to use them right now. Lace. Do we want lace? Maybe we want some lace. My favorite lace, y'all. Oh, I think that'd be pretty poking out from there. Okay, yep, we're gonna do it. We're doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this so that it just barely touches the window. So I am using Fabri-Tac. I need some more, y'all. I'm almost out. I'm almost out of my art glitter glue too. Which is a reminder, guys. If you need art glitter glue to get you through the winter, get it ordered because here pretty quick, before you know it, they're not gonna ship it. You can get the Barely Art glue in the winter time, but you can't get the art glitter glue in the winter. Okay, so I'm going to snip there and snip here. So yeah, order your glue before it gets too cold, guys. I'm going to ink this a little bit. Alrighty, and then I feel like I'm talking really soft today. Don't know why. Maybe I am talking softly today. I don't know. That is cute. And snip. And then come in with our inker and ink the top of that. And the bottom of it. Okay. Super cute. Now, I gotta find me a couple of brads for that. I just have this mix of brads here. Oh, black. That would pop. I wonder if I can find another black one. That's a tiny one. Teeny, teeny, weeny, weeny, tiny. Well, there's that and that. That I think might match. Nope, they're different colors. That's the only bad thing about having them like this, is they're different. You can't, oh, that's a different color too. It's not like, hi, we're all the same. Nope, you gotta find them. I really want another black one. Let me get my other little bin out. I have like 3 of these little drawers with brads in them. A lot of these are bigger in this one, I think, though. We've got some sparkly brads, but I don't want no sparkly ones. I want a black one if I can find a black one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Okay, I got one more drawer of these. Cross your fingers. Hope and pray for a black one. Get some of these bigger ones out of the way. My son is in there laughing. It's weird having him home all the time, you know. Y'all are probably looking at the top of my head like, woman, just pick some brads already. But I want a black one. Really? Out of all these brads, I've only got one black brad. Huh? Well, I guess we're just gonna use these. Okay, set those over there. Cross your fingers, hope and pray they don't spill. Okie doke. I'm going to take my pokey tool and I'm just gonna go right in the center of the stuff that's already here. And then same thing on this side. Bada bing, bada boom. Right. Now, do we want some of our purple lace underneath this one? Just a little bit of it sticking out, maybe. Brown chicken, brown cow. Okay, we got a little piece. We'll see what we think. Ooh, that's pretty. I like it. I'm gonna go with it. Okay. So I'm going to glue this here because I don't want the glue exactly on my acetate. Except for this part will glue partially on the acetate. Maybe. Ooh, scoot over, scoot over. Don't glue down. Okay. Beautiful. I love when something just comes together. Although it would have been more beautiful with black brads, but who's judging? Okay, now I need to take my card out and I'm going to back it. And this one I'm just going to back on a piece of coffee dyed paper because we don't want it too thick that it doesn't fit in the pocket. So, like I said, some stuff will be backed on the black and some will be on just coffee dyed paper and some will be on both. This one's just going on the coffee dyed paper. Okay. Now I'm going to trim it. Trim, 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 trim. Okay. Trim down this side. And across the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to come in here with me ink and I'm just going to ink the front and back. Okay, and now I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to do a zigzag stitch around it and I'll be back. Okay, so I have that stitched around and now we can slide it in our pockets. You know, I'm going to punch a hole here first and I'm going to do that with my trusty whale tail punch. I like using just the edge like that. It makes like the perfect shape, just so when this is in the pocket and you flip it over you can get it out. Should we put a tab on the side of it? I think we should. A black one. So that's where I'm going to use my scrap. I just keep going with this. Like, stop! So if this flips open this direction, that means my thing's gonna be in here this way, which means my tab needs to go here. So this is just how I line it up if I want to make my tab line up with my little punch hole, especially if I use the whale tail tab to make my little hole. So that's on there, and then I'm just going to put that like so, pull this out, glue the rest of this, and then do that. And if you want, you can take it back to your machine and do a little stitch over that, which I'm going to, just to make it flow. And then I'm gonna cut threads there because I don't want just random threads hanging out in the middle of no man's land. Okay. So this is gonna go in here and hopefully, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So bring our journal back in. I'm gonna go to my first envelope, and I am, or not envelope, my first thing. So this one I made it to where it's going to flip like this. Okay, so bloop, flip open. Okay, so cool. So cool. But if we wanted to, no, it's too long. Never mind, scratch that. If it was a little bit smaller, we could have done it the other way, but we're doing ours this way. And you can have it towards the bottom a little bit, towards the top, directly in the center. I think I'm going to go towards the bottom with this one. Okay. Make sure you get a good amount of glue, especially by your edges and this tip here, because you're also going to be sliding something in and out of this file folder pocket. I mean, it's a pocket. Of course we're going to put something in it, right? Okay. Come on. Don't fail me now. Sonny, I'm just making sure that's all the way down, that the fold lines up with the paper. And if you wanted to double make sure that you're not going to get caught on this, you could put a piece of paper over this here, but I've got enough glue on there that it's not going to matter. So I am going to go ahead and close this now. So just glue on those flaps and then fold it shut. You can lift it straight up if you want to make sure it glues right. I'm going to turn my book so I can push it. With the stitching on there, it will take a little bit more effort to get that to glue, but it's doable. Okay, so that is our first little tip in, and then see, look, you can still get your card out. So cute. And then we have our gusseted pocket there, so we can fit quite a bit in there. All right, so I'm over an hour long. It's been like an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm going to call this video good. I appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. If you like what you saw and enjoyed this video or this craft with me, then go ahead and give me a sub if you haven't already. And make sure you ring that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And remember to make today your own and be creative. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.